The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel welcomes you to this edition of the Mayor's and Supervisors Weekly Update, brought to you by...
Each week, our community makes history. Each week, you make history. And each week, there's only one source to turn to for the first take on history. You know what that is? Subscribe to the Sentinel right now to discover the history being made in your own backyard.
The Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel. More than just your news, it's your history.
Hey, welcome everyone to this week's episode of the Mayors and Supervisors Update. I'm Chris Carosa, publisher of the Mendon-Honeoye Falls-Lima Sentinel, and each week we bring you the goings-on the towns and villages that we cover. This week we're going to be starting with John Moffett in the town of Mendon. John, how are we doing today?
Great, Chris. Another beautiful July day out here. So I wanted to give everybody a little update. We had a pre-construction meeting recently regarding the splash park and the military memorial. We expect construction to start later this month, and we should expect completion by November 1st. Plan on being open by right around Memorial Day of 2023 at this point. Also, the first meeting for the Citizens Advisory Committee is July 13th at 7 o'clock at the Mendon Community Center. You can come in person. It's open to the public, or you can attend via Zoom. This is the meeting regarding fire service within the town of Mendon. The Mendon Highway Department was off the week of the 4th of July. They are closed that week because they work all the winter holidays. We all know we get a little bit of that white stuff in the winter time, so it doesn't necessarily come on Monday through Friday and that type of thing. So they were off. They will be back at it, doing a lot of road work beginning the week of the 13th around the 10th. And our next town board meeting is July 11th. And I hope everybody's enjoying their summer.
All right, great. Thanks, John. Let's go over to Mike Falk, who is not on the call, but he was gracious enough to leave the following for me to read. This is from Mike Falk, the town of Lima. And he says, "The mural is done. The mural dedication was Saturday, November 9th, and now it is there for all to enjoy. Come on out and take a look. It is on the south side of Johnny B's. The Lima Town Board accepted the RFP for energy services from Siemens Corporation at the July 5th Town Board meeting. This will start with a comprehensive audit of all Town of Lima facilities with an eye to reducing energy consumption, replacing older climate technology with new, and saving money. Top of the list is the steam boiler system in the town hall. The permissive referendum period has expired, and the town will move ahead now with the long-term lease of water districts 1, 2, 3, and 4 to the Livingston County Water and Sewer Authority. Customers in those districts will benefit from the deep bench of dedicated public water staff and the real possibility of reduced water costs. The transition will likely be in August. The Crossroads Festival is only a few weeks away. New this year is a Star Wars obstacle on Sunday, October 7th. Earthlings 4 and older can participate. It is rumored that Darth Vader is hiding inside. Bring your Jedi mind tricks and give it a try." That's from Mike Falk in the town of Lima. Let's go to Jerry in Rush. Jerry, how's everything going in Rush?
It's beautiful in Rush, Chris. It's just beautiful. We are the best kept secret in Western New York. And of course, I have to include the areas around us also. But I'll start by saying Wednesday, July 13th is our next town board meeting, and that will be the start of our budget season, which will run through late October. I also want to say that the county fair this year will not operate. You know, we haven't had one for the last 2 years because of the COVID. And we're not going to have a county fair again this year, not directly related to the COVID, but because of some residual challenges that COVID has left us with. And I hope that in 2023, that we'll be able to return to the county fair in Rush. There will be a fall festival in Rush, which has been a pretty active operation. We didn't have it last year or the year before because of COVID, but this year we're going to have it. And there's going to be a new, very, very popular attraction. I won't tell you today. I'll wait till we get closer to the fair dates, and then I'll let you know what that's all about. I want to mention that the surveys that we sent out to residents who do not have public water have been returned. Maybe not all of them, but a lot of them have been returned, and we're in the process of categorizing them. And I'd like to thank Rick here publicly, Rick Milne, County Legislator Rick Milne, because he has taken it upon himself to give us any help he can to satisfy the needs of people who have poor water in the town of Rush. And we look forward to making them more appreciative of living in Rush than they already are. I also want to let you know that we have a employee shortage all of a sudden. We are looking to fill the positions of supervisor secretary. That's a part-time position. Deputy town clerk, that is a full-time position. Assessor's clerk, which is a part-time position, and a member of the conservation board who has resigned, and we need to fill that position. If anyone wants to inquire about these positions, they can call the town hall, talk to me, talk to the town clerk, and we will provide them with information. Otherwise, look in the local media and you'll see the ads published for these openings. I guess that's it.
All right, thanks, Jerry. Rick, how's the village of Honeoye Falls doing?
We are doing good, Chris. It's nice to see everybody. I want to thank Jerry for that nice little intro and plug. You know, I'm going to do the best I can to certainly support the residents in Rush. I've made a couple of calls within, you know, the county ranks, and it isn't something, you know, that happens quickly for sure. But I think the more people we get involved, the more information we get, you know, the better off the residents will be one way or the other. So Jerry, we'll be talking more soon on that, and we'll continue to push. I wanted to start out regarding the village. Our village sidewalk project continues to move forward. The focus right now is more on Monroe Street, as the crew that was hired to do this work is back, and they're working on Monroe Street, along with tidying up some of the original spots on Ontario Street and Church Streets. You know, when you do a project like this, there's a lot of work that gets done initially, then the concrete has to set and settle, and you know, then we've got to get back in there and fill in some of the low spots on the people's properties, et cetera. So we really appreciate the patience of the local residents whose homes are where this work is being done and being completed. And we certainly understand the disruption a project like this can cause. So we appreciate your patience with that. Our Good Vibes concert series, is up and going, and we've had 3 great weeks so far. The first couple weeks, the weather was just fantastic. And attendance was great. We had Desiatos come in and provide food from that. And Desiatos is a sandwich and sub shop and caterer that's out of Henrietta, but they're owned by local residents, Megan and Kevin Riley, lifelong residents of the village of Honeoye Falls. And so we appreciated them coming in. Over the next couple of weeks, we've got Main Street Cafe, and Joe Bucciarelli and his team are providing the food. And so we really hope that, people will come out and support this program. It's free to the public. We have 10 great sponsors, local businesses that have helped finance this, and we really appreciate those. That's another article that will be in the Sentinel regarding who those sponsors are. And we just want to keep pointing out, you got to keep shopping local whenever and wherever you can and support these businesses. So we thank you for that. But, we hope residents will, it's every Tuesday night, 6:30 to 8:30 at Harry Allen Park in the gazebo. And we don't want you to just come out and listen to the music, but we want you to be able to be there to thank those sponsors that are giving us money to put this program on, and then also buy some food from those who are bringing in the food to sell. It's just great for the community, and it's absolutely fantastic music. With that, a couple more, I don't want to say somber things, but with our local children now on summer break, we have more kids walking around the village, crossing our streets, heading to the playgrounds and parks. We ask our residents to just make sure you keep a watchful eye out while driving through the village and through our towns. Watch out for our kids, but we also want to keep that neighborly concept going, and let's keep that attitude energized of being a neighbor, and watch these kids as they're going down the street. Watch them when they're at the park, and just keep an eye out for strangers who you may not seem familiar to our community. It's always easy to say not here, but we got to be watching. We got to keep an eye out for our kids and those people in our community. The other thing along this, and I'm not really happy to talk about this, but I've been doing a lot of reading lately, and it's being prepared the first 24 hours of a mass shooting. We hear more and more about some of the issues around our nation and here in the state, here in Rochester, Monroe County. I'm saddened to have to do this, but, I always want to be prepared. Whether I'm a legislator or mayor, if something happens in my community, I want to try to be as prepared as I can be. So, that's some of the reading that I'm getting into right now. And it's not fun to read, but again, I want to be prepared as best I can, along with our emergency services personnel who do just such a wonderful job for us locally, our Monroe County sheriffs and state police. Along with that, there's a program later this month on the 28th that I'll be attending called Rochester Trends, and it really is going to be talking about more of the same. It's just something that, we have to be prepared for. So, those are a couple of somber things, but there's a lot of good things going on as well. And we appreciate everybody's, involvement in programs that are happening in the community, both in the village and in the town and in our neighboring towns. We have a great place that we all live at, and we just want to keep it as safe, as clean, and as friendly as we can. So thanks, Chris, for hosting this. As always, I appreciate the opportunity. Sorry I've missed the last couple of weeks, but family was in, and family had to come first. So I appreciate it. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Yep. Thanks, Rick. Jerry or John, do you have anything more to add, or are we all set for this week?
I think we are set.
We are set. So thank you all for being here. John, you didn't have anything more, did you? Who is that man behind those Foster grants? Do you remember that commercial? All right. So thank you all for watching. Thank you all for participating. Remember, we're here every Sunday at 1 p.m. That's right, 1 p.m. If you're on Facebook, like the page and you will be notified when the show is broadcast. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to our channel. You'll be notified there also at 1 p.m. when it's broadcast. That's all for this week. Bye-bye for now.
Thank
Bye now.
you. Bye.
Imagine yourself communicating with a difference. Pan-Dimensional Solutions helps you do this. Whether live spectator events, taped broadcasts, or real-time audience-engaging programs, you can benefit immediately from the tools Pan-Dimensional Solutions will share with you. Do you want to make a difference? Contact us at pandimensional.com.